Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of nerds. And for today's Kickstart My review, we are going to be reviewing Master Suites. But before we begin, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So, Master Suites is a, board card game.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second edition, is the one that we got. Right. It is by Tihomir Unikov. It plays
guaranteed perfect pronunciation.
Yeah, I very, very probably botched that. And it's 1 to 5 players, plays in about 15 to 40 minutes. I don't think we ever quite reached the 40-minute mark. 15 minutes is probably closer to it. Ages 8 and up.
That's right. So this is a hand management set collection game with variable player powers. There's several different modes, which we'll get into a little bit in gameplay. That would normally be inserted here, but we'll wait.
Yeah.
We'll jump right into our first of our 3 categories, components/art. Well, this had pretty basic art.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that you can really do super fancy about it.
Right, basically you are baking sweets and you need ingredients. So here's some nuts, some cream. You'll notice in every corner it has a point value, and that is to determine winners. Fruit, flour, milk, sugar, butter,
and my favorite,
chocolate. There's also special cards that are mixed in. This one says exchange a card from your hand with a card from the cookbook. It's your turn again. Special card.
That's nice.
And then you get each player will get a character card. We picked a couple of our favorites here. We got the thief. Down here is a number of cards they start off with in their hands, so the thief starts with 0. His special power is, after completing a recipe, take 1 card from the cookbook into your hand. So he is stealing from the cookbook. And then we got Grandmother. When playing a special card, place it next to your roll card. As an action, you may take it back into your hand. So she gets to reuse the special cards, which is pretty cool too. Like I said, it's good art, but it's pretty basic. Nothing.
Yeah, it's got the small cards,
right,
which can be really difficult to shuffle. But logically, the way that the game is set up, you have to have small cards, or otherwise your layout is going to be so big you're not going to be able to fit it all in.
Yeah, basically you have to build a tableau of these cards that forms the cookbook. And I think there's some that are 9 rows long. I think you got maybe even 9 rows tall. So if that was standard deck playing size, that would be
way too
huge
big.
Table presence. It'd be tough to reach them. So although I do not like small cards, I kind of get it in this one. I did really enjoy that the player cards were tarot size. I really enjoy that.
And there's not very many components to this, so it makes it easy for travel. So if you wanted to just pack it with you and take it somewhere and play it,
right? Yeah,
it'd be nice
before the movie starts. If you got our favorite movie theater back when it was open, used to serve food, and so you get these nice tables, and so we'd take a game like this that had small table presence and kind of play it before the movie starts. So the next category is story/theme. Now there is no overarching story. It's basically just one shots.
There are some modes in it that you can play, like the Sweets Workshop, where they try to give a little bit of a background story. So it's like in the Sweets Workshop, you a royalty has noticed your recipes, and so you're trying to make recipes for royalty. And like when you're in the Cooperative game, World versus the Cake, you're going against George the Cake, and he's, there's the story that you're going against him, but there's really not any like overarching story
Right.
here.
We felt the theme really primarily came through with the characters and the powers. I just read Thief, where he is stealing an
cards.
extra card from the cookbook. That feels thematic with the thief. The grandmother, I suppose, since she's been baking so long, she's got all these tricks up her sleeve so she can keep using those special cards over and over and over. So that feels just really thematic. There's like a fortune teller where you get to look at the top 3 of the cards and pick one. But the theme didn't really come out in the recipe, because you got this tableau of cards,
Yeah.
and as you clear one, basically all the other, if you clear one column, every other row in that cookbook is now reduced by 1 card. So that didn't totally feel thematic with
You're not
baking.
making specific recipes. So it's like if you have a column that is 4 butters and a cream, then your recipe is
Buttercream.
Buttercream.
Heavy buttercream.
right. You're not making real recipes. You're really just kind of matching up cards in your hand with what's on the tableau. So there's that kind of takes away a little bit from the theme, but
And our last category is gameplay. Now, this game has 12 modes, which is good and bad, I felt. So we'll kind of go through them quickly, just a little brief synopsis. So Master Suites, competitive game for 2 to 4. Clash of Suites, player elimination 2 to 5. Suites Workshop, cooperative game for 2 to 5. Alone in the Kitchen, solo game. Endless Cookbook, competitive game that uses every single card in the game. Team Suites, that's a team competitive game. Best Clue is a competitive game for 2 to 5. Best Suites cooperative game 2 to 4. The World vs. Cake cooperative game 2 to 4. Suites Puzzle competitive 2 to 4. Rising Suites competitive 2 to 4. Special Cake solo. So basically, however you want to play this game, you can.
yeah.
Whatever your player count is. The 2 I would say enjoyed the most were Master Suites. That's the competitive. That's like the basic
The
one.
basic one, yeah.
And then World versus the Cake. That was probably our favorite cooperative game.
Yeah, we didn't even try the other cooperative game, which was the Suites Workshop.
Yeah, that one is a guessing game where you hold your cards backwards. You may ask clues, and then you have to guess what the card is.
Yeah.
And we just don't like that type of game.
No, so we didn't even try that mode.
Yeah.
But this is a really quick game, which is nice,
Yeah.
especially for us because we don't have a lot of time. And I mean, it's a very, very light strategy. You can add a little more strategy to it if you want. When we were
Right.
playing World versus the Cake, you want to try and make sure that you're taking away all the big point cards away from the Cake, so he's not earning more points for the end of the game.
Right.
But it's fun, lightweight.
Right. So we put all of our board games into one of 3 categories. Play means it hits the table as often as possible. Display means you leave it on the shelf and break it out when the urge strikes. And stay away means you leave it at the Kickstarter for someone else to get. And for us, Master Suites is a display. We had a lot of fun with it. It's quick, so it really fits nicely into our schedule with the 6 kids we have. And but it felt so lightweight that if we had an hour or 2 hours to play a game, I don't think we would reach for this one.
No, it's not super challenging. And even the number of times that we've played it, like when we played the cooperative mode, we just annihilated
Yeah.
George the Cake.
George the Cake is he's
Which-
licking his wounds in the
You would
kitchen
think
like a
when you're
spoon.
playing it, you think, oh, well, he's beating me because he's got this
Yeah.
big stack of cards to just keep building up, and then in the end, we just really whooped him. So It's not too much of a challenge. There's not a ton. We're kind of looking for something with maybe a little more strategy to it. I mean, quick games are nice,
right?
But maybe a little more involved.
So I would see us primarily playing this once our favorite movie theater opens up, because we like to get there early, and they keep the lights on. They got beer and food you can order. I can see us playing that there. I can see us playing it at a date night when we're waiting on our food. Those are the main. This is a travel game.
We could probably even play it with the kids. It's a pretty easy game.
Yeah.
An easy enough game where we could play this one with the kids. So
Yeah.
if we want to play something with them.
Right. To my knowledge, this has not been brought to retail yet, but we'll see. It was successful on Kickstarter, so we'll see if it comes. Well, let us know in the comments section if you've tried this, if you Kickstarted it, what did you think? Is there a game mode that we desperately need to try?
Yeah, of the 12.
Of the 12. Sometimes make 6 game modes will make them all twice as good.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the weekend?
Sure.
You got anything fun planned?
Wings at Ale Emporium with some friends.
Oh, awesome. What are we going to do with the kids?
It's a girls' night. Well, not even night. Girls' lunch.
That's fine.
We're meeting at 1.
I'll wear a dress and a wig. I don't care.
They won't mind either, I don't think.
What are we going to do with the kids?
Oh, I don't know. Give them some snacks, put them in the basement. They'll be fine.
Sun King. Orange Vanilla Sunlight Cream Ale. Hit me up. I think that's Indianapolis, ain't it?
There is a Sun King in Indianapolis. I don't know if this one is. Are they all in Indianapolis?
I don't know. Canned in Indianapolis,
There you go.
Indiana, USA.
Tihomir, Unikov. Tihomir,
I'll let you do that.
Tihomir, Unikov.
Taco Mir.
Can we start over?
Let's kickstart my review.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open that door.
Okay.
I don't want them to think we got some dog caught in a fucking bear trap.
Hi, Clifford.
It's been recording the whole time. Did you pick your nose?
I had an itch in my nose right here. I did scratch it.
You know what? I didn't even see it.
I scratched my nose. I didn't pick my nose. It's very obvious. You can watch the video. I did not pick my nose, but I had to scratch it.